thanks for checking out NyxxCult. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different than the usual body cam videos. Today we're going to be taking a look at some ridiculous alpha male content. Hopefully my lack of hand movements doesn't prevent you from sensing the air quotes around the words alpha male. Let's get into it.
4 essential tips for wearing a shirt that will make you look 10 times better. Let's get...
Alright, what grown man needs 4 tips for wearing a shirt? I've been wearing a shirt my entire life, and I don't know, I think I'm pretty good at it. I haven't needed any kind of tips thus far.
Get into it. Number 1, try the shirt tuck method to get rid of all creases and folds. Put one hand on your side while pulling the shirt tight over the hand. Now the shirt's crease and roll through. Number 2, swap out the super tight or baggy pants for something more slim and tapered.
This is kind of a lot. Honestly, I prefer like more casual, like a graphic tee with a cool anime print on it. You know, that way I know right away whether or not we're compatible. If you're wearing a My Hero Academia shirt, then I know cool, we're not going out because he was a basic bitch. But if you're wearing a Berserk shirt, then you definitely be getting those digits.
Number 3, add a smart leather belt to make the look more classy. Number 4, unless you need to wear a tie, undo the top few buttons to be more comfortable and relaxed.
Are you kidding me? That doesn't look relaxed at all. That looks so tight and uncomfortable.
You look like a dick in that tiny jacket.
Save the video for later and follow me for more men's fashion and grooming tips.
Okay, that's definitely nowhere near the most egregious of these types of videos, and I'm gonna be honest, on his page, he did have some advice that seemed like might be genuinely helpful, but I just wanted to include it anyway, mainly so I can use that in somebody's clip.
3 techniques to make her think about you more. First, with texting. End the conversation right before the high note. This is going to leave her wanting more. Next.
But that doesn't make any sense. So are you just supposed to never finish your conversation? Like, how does that work? Or what if she texts you and asks you to finish the story? Do you ignore the question? Because then you kind of look like a dick. Or like someone who's super forgetful, and neither of those are good things.
Right before the weekend, go ahead and ask her what her plans are. And when she asks about yours, say you're hanging out with a friend. She'll then think that you're dating this girl and spend the entire weekend thinking about you. Finally...
Okay, that's just wishful thinking, and I feel like that's totally not true. Like you said, you're hanging out with a friend, so why would she just assume it's a girl? And if she is the type to assume that and get like super obsessive to the point where she's thinking about it all weekend, then you need to run. Seriously, don't think about it. Just run.
You want to message her normally for 3 days of the week, but for 2 of the days of the week, don't reply to her at all. And then on the other 2 days, go overboard with messages. This technique will have her mind overworking, thinking about you.
My god, with the games! Why would you do that? You know, don't do any of that because it's insane to think that deeply into it. It really is. Just text her back whenever you see the text, and if you're busy, text her back when you're not. This reminds me of that whole, like, you should wait 3 days after a date or some shit to call. It's fucking dumb. If you like someone and you have a genuine connection, then there's really no need for these silly games.
Most men are walking rushed with their head down to avoid eye contact. Look straight ahead when you walk. To do this, starting with number 1, never hide your thumbs. This makes you seem nervous, almost as if you have something to hide.
So, almost every one of these content creators has a video like this, and all of them say the same thing about hiding your thumbs, which I've never heard that before. I didn't even know that was a thing. And look, I'm not going to pretend that certain things don't have, like, an effect on people's subconscious, but if you're already confident, it's not going to matter how you put your hands in your goddamn pockets.
2, you want to sway your shoulder.
Alright, I'm just going to say it. That's Lieutenant first.
3, you should always walk around as if there is this straight line running from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet.
Yeah, it's good to have good posture, sure, but if you're constantly looking straight ahead, you're going to be tripping over a lot of things and possibly stepping in a lot of dog shit. Also, it's best not to make eye contact with anyone. That way you don't have to worry about someone making small talk with you. I mean, personally, that's why when I leave my house to go jogging, I only go after 10 p.m., and my eyes are locked on the ground or on my phone if I'm walking. Is it the healthiest thing to do? No, I suppose not. But you know what? I'm married, okay? I don't need to engage with other humans. I'm only half joking.
Text a girl like this.
What? Wait, hold on. Did I just see what I think I saw?
Text a girl.
Yeah, that dude is definitely on the toilet. What the hell? Do we really need to see him on the toilet? Was it necessary? Come on, man, I'm here to cringe at your awful advice, not get front row seats to your Taco Bell aftermath while you text your girl.
Make her fall in love with you. Share this video with a friend that sucks at texting girls. I'm gonna be ranking the worst and best ways to text a girl, so you know what to do. In the B tier, the deep talker.
Okay, right off the bat, he skipped C tier. Like, I don't know if you guys noticed it, but it said SABC. And that is so lazy. You could have easily cut out C and it would have taken like 2 minutes.
These are the guys that women will start texting at midnight after they've been out all night. I hate to break this to you, bro. You're the friend. And
I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, I've known plenty of couples that started off as friends.
A tier, I'm gonna put the small talker. Now in the S tier, the inconsistent text. This is the God tier one, but it only works if you do it right. There's 3 types of guys when it comes to texting. Right? You got the first guy that will immediately respond back as soon as they get a text. This kills a girl's interest. The second type of guy is the guy that purposely waits a couple hours to make it seem like he has something going on, but really he doesn't. You don't want to be this guy. The third type of guy mixes the first 2 styles together, and women can't figure this guy out, making her dopamine receptors skyrocket because she is anticipating the reward of getting him to text back.
Oh my god, that is so fucking stupid. He mentioned the same thing in his other video, and my opinion still stands. No one needs to put this much thought into when they're going to text someone back. And guy or girl, if you're doing this type of shit, it means you're trying to manipulate the person into liking you. If that's the case, you need to get help.
Once she knows you will never leave, she leaves emotionally. Guys, women only respect men that they are afraid of losing. I'm going to say that one more time so it doesn't go over your head. Women only respect men that they are afraid of losing. You need to show her that you are willing to walk away at any point. This is how she's going to stay attracted to you, right? Once she has the certainty that you will always be there no matter what, she loses that drive, that chase to keep you. And once she loses that, she cannot respect you. The whole charm about being a desired man, an alpha male, is the fear that she can lose you. Is the fear that another girl can come and take her place. This is what keeps women on their heels. You must show her that her spot is not secure, or else she's gonna walk all over you.
Okay, so this is a fantastic way to ensure that you'll stay either single or constantly in and out of relationships that don't last longer than a few months. The thing is, no quality woman is gonna put up with that. I mean, maybe if you could find a chick with, like, really, really low self-esteem who likes being treated like shit, then yeah, go for it, I guess, but why would you want that? And watching this makes me so happy I'm married. Like, it's really fulfilling being with someone who you know won't up and leave you. Like, with the exception of some crazy relationship-ending shit like cheating, I know my husband won't just leave me. And you know, it's really nice, and honestly, I'm very thankful that I have that kind of security in my relationship. But you know, I'm always told that I think differently than most people, so who knows? Maybe women want to be in a relationship where the dude has 1 foot out the door. Like, who am I to say?
Why women do not like nice guys. Guys, nice guys pedestalize women. Pedestalization is a clear signal that you don't have options. Women are scared, terrified of men who need some. When you say she can tell it's an act. She can tell you're acting nice to get in her drawers. She can tell you're acting nice because probably other girls don't want you. This is why women don't like nice guys. Bad boys, on the other hand, have options. They don't have to try to impress women. And that comes across as confident. That is more attractive. Women want to be with men who are already desired by other women. When you acting nice, when you're being nice, she can tell that you probably don't have other options than women, so you're doing so to get in her drawers. And that scares her and turns her off.
Bro sounds like he never aged out of high school. Like, what is with this mentality? Of course women like guys who are nice. Like, yes, we also like assertive men who aren't pushovers, but being a nice guy and being assertive aren't mutually exclusive. I think a lot of men assume women don't like nice guys because at some point in their lives they got dumped with that classic line, "Oh, you're a nice guy, but this isn't working out." And instead of understanding that she was just trying to let him down gently, they jumped to, "Oh, women hate nice guys." No, that would only be the case if the chick was complete psycho, in which case you dodged a bullet.
Here are 3 things that you should never discuss with women. Number 1, politics. Let people believe whatever they want to believe in, bro. You debating with the girl on a date is not going to make her like you anymore. You guys can establish whatever your beliefs are when you guys are dating. But when in the courting phase, you don't want to be imposing your beliefs on her and her imposing hers. It ain't going to get you no ass.
Sure, if your only goal is to get laid, then yeah, avoid any divisive conversations. But if you're actually looking to potentially kick it with someone long term, then wouldn't you want to know about their political ideals? I mean, even if politics aren't important to you, you should still have those conversations. You need to know if they can handle a difference of opinion, or if they're the type to cut off friends and family over political beliefs. Imagine being a few months in and realizing you're dating someone with a cult-level loyalty to their beliefs. And if you're the type of person with a cult-level loyalty, wouldn't you want a partner who's ready to drink the Kool-Aid with you? That way you can hold hands and chant the same opinions in your perfectly soundproof candlelit echo chamber. Hashtag relationship goals! No, I'm just kidding. That sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Number 2, your feelings. Women don't care that you're sad. If you're sad and you're upset about life, come complain to your homeboys. Suck it up, you're a man. We act regardless of how we feel. It doesn't mean that we don't feel emotions, we just do regardless of how we feel.
That's fucking stupid. Like, if something's bothering you and you're sad, you should absolutely be able to tell your partner about it. Yeah, of course, it's not good to be overly emotional and sad all the time, because most women do want a guy who's strong. But if you're a guy and you're constantly feeling like you're sad and mopey, then it really might be a good time to see a doctor. You could be having serious issues with your vagina that you have in betwixt your legs in lieu of a penis.
Number 3, her body count. Listen, bro, I know this is the new topic of the town, but do not get on dates with the first question on your list, what's your body count? My G, she's gonna lie to you anyways, and it's gonna make it look like you're trying to look for something that is not yet there. If women are not gonna tell you the truth, don't even bother asking.
Okay, that one I actually agree with, unless it's something that's extremely, extremely important to you. Like, guy or girl, why would you ever ask that? Next!
Here are 3 boundaries that you must set with women. Number 1, no guy friends. Under no circumstance are you going to allow another man access to your woman, even if it is as friends. She don't need no more friends, bro. She got me. A lot of men, when your girl is vulnerable, they will use that friendship route to try to get in there. No man will have access to my woman except me and her family members.
Okay, so this one is just all kinds of stupid, and it comes off as insecure, immature, and desperate. Trust is literally the foundation of a healthy relationship. If you think your girlfriend having guy friends automatically means something shady's going on, maybe the problem isn't her. Maybe it's that you either don't trust her, or you just assume every guy thinks the way you do. Now, it's one thing if she's giving you a reason not to trust her, but the solution isn't to start policing who she talks to. If someone isn't trustworthy, you don't keep them around. You break up and go find someone who is. I think this dude might be the type of guy who can't have female friends without trying to get into their pants, and he's just projecting that onto everyone else like it's universal male behavior. Spoiler alert, it's not. Some of us actually know how to function without turning every interaction into a thirst trap. Bro acts like every guy friend is just patiently waiting in the shadows like a horny Batman, ready to swoop the second she has a bad day. Not everyone is a terrible person, okay? Like, I get that most people are, but not everyone is. Now, I'm going based off of my own life experiences here, and I've mainly had guy friends my whole life. My best friend for years until he passed away, rest in peace Huey, is a guy, and he was like a brother to me. Our relationship was never anything other than platonic, and the same goes for my husband. A few of his best friends are females. Guess what? Still married, still faithful, zero drama. Why? Because we're adults who trust each other. So yeah, if you're a girl in a relationship and some guy tries to friend his way into your pants, then obviously don't keep that dude around. Same advice for guys. You can have female friends, but if she seems like she wants something more, you cut her out of your life.
Number 2, no girls trips. Hey bro, I live in Miami, the city of girls trips. I can't tell you how many girls are on girls trips getting worked. Only in Miami for 3 days. I'm trying to do something fun. They do something fun, all right. A lot of things fun. That's their go-to line. Your girl is going on girls trips. She's probably doing things that she wouldn't be doing when she's at home with you.
Holy fuck. The insecurity with this guy is off the charts. For real, for reals. I'm gonna be honest, I've never actually heard of this term girls trips before. I mean, going by context clues, I'm assuming it's a vacation you take with your female friends, which sounds kinda nice. I personally wouldn't want to take a vacation without my kidding husband, but that's because we almost never go on vacation. Like, if going on trips is something you do often with your significant other, then I don't see an issue with taking a few days to go somewhere with your female friends. Now, let's be real, women don't need a plane ticket to cheat, okay? Like, if someone's gonna cheat, she can do it on her lunch break. Keeping her on house arrest isn't gonna stop it, it's just gonna make her more resentful. At the end of the day, boundaries are about respect, not control. A boundary is something like, I don't tolerate you yelling at me in front of your friends. You know, a boundary is not, you're not allowed to go on vacation with your female friends because I saw a TikTok about girls cheating in Miami.
Number 3, no clubbing. When you're dating a woman, the only clubbing she's gonna be doing is with you. Your woman is not allowed to go to clubs with her girl best friends who are single and entertain other men. She shouldn't be allowed to go to a place where men are frequenting trying to entertain and pursue her. Those places are off limits. You guys can go to the club together.
So, this one I partly understand. The club is one of the most overrated places on earth. Sticky floors, overpriced drinks, sweaty crowds of people. Not my scene at all. If I'm gonna go out for a drink, I want a small, dimly lit, hole-in-the-wall bar, preferably one with an air hockey table and as few people as possible. What I don't want is a sketchy club with tons of drunk dudes constantly hitting on me. But here's the thing, just because it could be sketchy, doesn't mean it automatically is. You don't need to slap a ban on it like you're running some sort of purity patrol. Not every woman who goes to a club is out there trying to cheat. Some just want to dance, hang out with the girls, and post cute pictures on Instagram. Again, not my thing, but I can understand the inclination to want to do those things. Now, if she's out every weekend taking body shots off strangers while her single friend is trying to get her to just flirt a little for fun, yeah, that's a red flag. But that's not about clubbing, that's about boundaries and behavior. The club isn't the villain here, it's what you do when you're there. It's almost the same logic as saying my boyfriend shouldn't be allowed to go to the gym because there are hot girls in leggings. Like, okay, are we dating adults or teenagers who can't control themselves? The real issue is this. Do you trust the person you're with? Do you trust them to respect the relationship regardless of who they're around? Because if your relationship falls apart the moment alcohol and neon lights enter the chat, then either you're with someone who's not trustworthy, or you have some serious insecurity issues that you need to work on before getting into a relationship.
Never ever send women these 3 text messages. Text number 1, when can I see you? You might as well just told the girl, hey, I'm lonely, I don't have that many options, so whenever your highness is available to see me, please bless me with your presence. Women should be fighting for your attention. She should be trying to figure out when you're available so she can come see you. Text.
Man, this guy has way too many rules, and this one is so unbelievably stupid. Like, what exactly are you supposed to say in this situation? Yo, I might just appear in your general vicinity someday if the stars align. Actually, I kinda like that. If someone said that to me, I'd probably laugh. Anyways, God forbid you actually like your girlfriend and want to spend time with her. Nope, can't do that. That's not alpha enough, bro. Better sit in the dark, stare at your phone, and pretend you have a harem of women ready to blow you 24/7. Now, personally, I do think guys should be the ones making the first move. Real men go after what they want. And that doesn't mean chasing a woman who's not into you or being clingy, it just means taking the initiative. Having the guts to say, hey, I like you, I want to see you, isn't desperate or clingy. It's honest and assertive, and those are 2 qualities I think are attractive. This idea that women should be the ones chasing men, to me, that's not masculine, it's passive. Real confidence isn't about playing cold or detached, it's about showing up and making the first move. Taking the lead without being overly controlling. If she's into you, she'll reciprocate, and if she's not, cool, move on. But at least you acted like a grown man instead of a punk-ass little bitch.
Number 2, why don't you respond to me? You sent her a message, she didn't respond. You sent another text asking her why she didn't respond. Oh my God, she's telling you she's not interested. She's telling you she doesn't like you. Move on.
Now, I kind of get where he's coming from. If you're blowing up her phone after she didn't text you back for a few hours, then yeah, that's giving off media energy, sure. No one wants to feel interrogated just because they were living their lives and didn't respond immediately. You know, people get busy, sometimes they forget, and I'm totally guilty of doing that. Like, sometimes I'll see a message, think about my reply, I might even sit and type the whole thing out. And then before I could proofread it, I get interrupted or distracted and forget to go back into it, thinking I already responded. It happens. If it's been days and she's been consistently distant, it's okay to say, hey, just making sure everything's cool, I haven't heard back from you. There's nothing needy about that, it's called communicating, like a human. And the problem with this guy's take is he acts like any expression of interest or curiosity makes you weak. Like if you care enough to wonder why she didn't text you back, you're automatically some kind of loser begging for attention. Like, nah, bro, wanting clarity doesn't make you desperate, it makes you emotionally mature. Now, should you double text her every hour and start spiraling because you didn't get a heart emoji back? No. Please don't be that guy. But if you built a connection and she's suddenly MIA, it's perfectly reasonable to ask what's up. And the key is this: don't ask from a place of neediness, ask from a place of standards. You're not saying, please validate me, you're saying, if you're not feeling this, that's fine, just be real about it. So yeah, don't make it a weird guilt trip, but also don't let retards convince you that caring even a little is weakness. You're allowed to want consistency, you're allowed to ask questions. Dating isn't supposed to be some weird power struggle. It's not a game where whoever cares less wins. If you're in a relationship and your whole strategy is, I must always look like I have better options and she should chase me, then you're not dating, you're emotionally manipulating someone to stay with you.
Number 3, will you be my girlfriend? You always want women to push the relationship, not you. When you're pushing the relationship, when you're asking her to be your girlfriend, you're telling her you're settling, you don't have that many options, and you're hoping she can be, your number one. She needs to be fighting for your spot. She needs to be competing for your spot. Let her push the relationship at her speed.
Now, on the surface, I kind of agree with this, but not for the same reasons. Like, yeah, don't ask someone to be your girlfriend over text, not because it makes you look like you don't have options, but because it's just kind of lazy. If you're serious about someone, guy or girl, you should ask them in person. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned like that, but I think some things should be done face-to-face. But this guy's take, nah, he's not worried about the effort, he's worried it'll make him look like he doesn't have women lining up. His whole philosophy is basically, if you ask a girl to be your girlfriend, she'll think you're low value. Bro, what? If a woman thinks less of you for wanting commitment, that's a her problem. That's not a you problem. If you like someone and you're vibing, mutual effort is how relationships work. Being confident in what you want isn't weak. Knowing when you're ready for commitment doesn't make you look desperate. You know what does make you look desperate? Needing to create this illusion that you're so high value you never choose, you only get chosen. That's not confidence, that's a fear of rejection dressed up as standards.
Top 3 lies all women tell men. Listen up carefully, guys. Number 1, I have a boyfriend. This is just to get you out of her face. Guys, even if a girl is seeing somebody and she sees you as a very good option, she will still give you the number and in hopes that you might stay on the side in case her boyfriend messes up. Number 2.
Yeah, if she's a terrible person, she'll do that, in which case, why would you want to be with her? And that part about women lying to guys about having boyfriends, yes, of course women do that. I've done that myself a few times. I can't speak for everyone, but personally, when I've said that, it was always to let the guy down easy. And I think that's the case for a lot of women. It's a lot kinder to say, sorry, I have a boyfriend, than to hit someone with, I'm single, I'm just not into you. And that feels unnecessarily harsh.
Ooh, I didn't see your message. Bro, she's on her phone 25/8. Women are never not on their phones, right? She didn't want to respond. She saw your message. She chose to not respond.
Okay, sure, that could be the case, but let's not assume the worst. I said this before, but I've done that quite a few times where I miss someone's text and didn't respond right away. Not everyone is constantly on their phone. Sometimes we're playing video games, or at the gym, or spending time with family. And if a girl is on her phone 24/7, I think that should be considered a red flag. Nothing is more annoying than trying to have a conversation with someone who's on their phone texting and barely paying attention to what you're saying.
All right? And number 3, guys, I'm not that kind of girl. Oh, no. What? Translation? I'm not that kind of girl for you. Guys, women break rules for alpha males and make rules for beta males. She's not that kind of girl for you because she sees you as having a low SMV. If it was her celebrity crush, if it was the guy she's been dreaming to be with, oh, all those rules go out the window.
When would a chick even say that? I'm not that kind of girl. When does that come up? Alright, when a dude is trying to pressure her into having sex without really getting to know her. Bro just outed himself as being kind of a creep. When a woman says, I'm not that kind of girl, she's trying to shut things down without starting a fight, making it awkward, damaging the guy's ego, or potentially putting herself in an unsafe situation. Now, if you're constantly hearing, I'm not that kind of girl, it's probably not because she's lying, but because she's trying to tell you, as politely as possible, that you're coming on just a bit too strong.
Why? You must always downplay her looks. Guys, it's a back and forth game with women. Let's just call it what it is. Everybody in a relationship, right, is trying to get the power. This is why even if you're a handsome guy, you're a guy in great shape, women don't really compliment you because they don't want you to get in your own head. They don't want to show their cards. You have to do the same. Even if she's pretty, even if she's beautiful, downplay it. Find something about her that you don't like so much, so you focus on that, so you're not giving her free validation. You're not begging her to see you. You're not bending over backwards for her. If you do this, you can have the power in a relationship.
Okay, this one is pretty messed up. Firstly, if you think relationships are all about power, you've already lost. A relationship isn't some kind of game where you're constantly trying to one-up each other to avoid looking vulnerable. That's not a connection, okay? That's psychological warfare. And this idea that women don't compliment men because they don't want them to feel too good about themselves, that's not some hidden female tactic. I think that's just the unfortunate result of people not knowing how to communicate and the societal expectations that discourage women from being too forward. But I don't think that's a good thing to mirror that behavior that a lot of women probably aren't even aware of. We typically think of men as being less emotional, therefore not needing compliments and affirmations in the same way women do. I'm not saying that's necessarily a good thing, because, everyone likes compliments.
So, if a girl says, I love you, how do you respond? You either respond with, I know you do. I love me too. What do you love about me? What's there not to love? I'm pretty fucking awesome. Yeah, they're cocky, they're funny, she might punch you in the arm, right, and call you an asshole, but women aren't logical creatures. You have to engage in them in an emotional way, create some sexual tension. That is a great way of doing it. And let me tell you something, man. Just because a woman says she loves you first doesn't give you the right to say it back. That's weak. There's no value in that. That's why I came up with these responses. I want you guys to remember. Tell her you love her on your own terms. Wait a month, 2 months after she has told you that. She ain't going nowhere. Guys, I've done this. I'm not going to give you advice that doesn't work. That doesn't make sense to me. But now she's going to keep chasing your validation, and you are seen as a challenge now. In her mind, she's going, wow, usually guys fold and they express their feelings and tell me how much they love me because of my beauty. But this guy, I just can't win with him. He's such a challenge.
And it just cuts off abruptly there for some reason. And this guy is so exhausting. Remember that scene from One Punch Man where Genos is telling Saitama his backstory?
So, if a girl says, I love you, how do you respond? You either respond with, I know you do. I love me too. What do you love about me? What's there not to love? I'm pretty fucking awesome. Yeah, they're cocky, they're funny, she might punch you in the arm, right, and call you an asshole, but women aren't logical creatures. You have to engage in them in an emotional way, create some sexual tension. That is a great way of doing it. And let me tell you something, man. Just because a woman says she loves you first
doesn't give you the right to say it back. That's weak. There's no value in that. That's why I came up with these responses. I want you guys to remember. Tell her you love her on your own terms. Wait a month, 2 months after she has told you that. She ain't going nowhere. Guys, I've done this. I'm not going to give you advice that doesn't work. That doesn't make sense to me. But now she's going to keep chasing your validation, and you are seen as—
Enough, you idiot! Shorten this stupid story to 20 words or less!
Yeah, that's how I feel after listening to this guy. I know he says he's actually used these lines before, but I'm having a hard time believing that. Like, you really expect me to believe a woman said, I love you, which is a genuinely vulnerable, meaningful moment, and his idiot response is, oh, I know you do, I love me too. Actual retard here. This guy is actually mentally retarded. It's one thing if a chick says I love you and you're not ready to say it back because you don't love her yet. Then I could see someone saying something stupid like this in a moment of panic. But this shit right here is not charming or confident. It's emotionally stunted middle school behavior. And let's be clear, dodging real emotional connection by deflecting or trying to be funny doesn't make you a challenge. It makes you emotionally unavailable. And eventually, you know what that makes you? Yeah, it makes you single. Like, these games are just sick. If you're gonna treat dating like a chess match, no, strike that. This dude's not that smart. If you're gonna treat dating like a game of checkers, don't be surprised when she stops playing. Yeah, that's a better analogy. In my opinion, a real man doesn't turn love into a strategy. He doesn't withhold affection to maintain some imaginary upper hand. He says what he feels with intention, with confidence, and with respect. And how does someone even end up like this, spouting such bullshit? Something tells me this guy's never had, like, a real adult relationship. Or maybe he's just dated one too many psychos who are just as emotionally retarded as him. That's gotta be it. And it's an unfortunate fact that there are a lot of shitty people in this world. Men and women alike, most people are assholes. The key is recognizing dirtbag behavior so you can cut those people out of your life quickly. After looking at this dude's account, some of the shit he says is just so outlandish that it makes me wonder whether or not it's parody. And I really hope that no one is out there actually taking his advice, or any of the advice from these guys, seriously. Because if you follow this advice, you're gonna end up alone. Or worse, you'll end up settling for somebody you don't really like who you have to constantly manipulate and staying with you. Nobody wants that. If you have any interesting videos you want me to react to, you can send them to NyxxCult@gmail.com. By the way, I know I said in one of my other videos that I've never used TikTok before, and that was true at the time. I tried to find the content for this video on Instagram, but typing in #alphamale only really gave me two different things. It was always either gay gym bros and speedos or straight werewolf porn. So eventually I bit the bullet and decided to use TikTok. I only use the website on my laptop though, I still refuse to download the app on my phone. Anyways, if you're somehow still watching, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. As a new channel, even doing one of those things would greatly help me out. Thanks, bye!